Hi guys, we are H2O Club. Today we are going to talk about exothermic and endothermic. Before you watch this video, watch the concept video about chemical reaction. Here is the link. All kinds of chemical reactions involve breaking and forming bonds. Generally, breaking bonds are endothermic and forming bonds are exothermic reactions. We will first start with exothermic reactions. When bonds are building up, they release inner energy to their surrounding, which is exothermic. Exo means outwards and thermic means heat. In exothermic reaction, energy within the reactants is more than the energy within the products. This graph shows the changes of potential energy in exothermic reaction. The potential energy of the products gets lower than its reactant because it releases energy. It also means the kinetic energy of the products increases. So, what kinds of reactions are exothermic? Combustion and nuclear fusion can be considered as exothermic reactions. Combustion produces heat as a byproduct when it burns something, which means the reaction releases energy. Nuclear fusion is a reaction in which two light nuclei fuse together and form a heavier nucleus, which requires energy to build chemical bonds of a nucleus. Next, it is endothermic. When bonds are breaking down, they require or absorb heat from surrounding, and it is called endothermic. Endo means inwards and thermic means heat. In endothermic reaction, energy within reactants is less than the energy within products. This graph shows the change of potential energy in endothermic reaction. The potential energy of the products gets higher than its reactant because they absorb energy, so it means the kinetic energy of the products decreases. So, what kinds of reactions are endothermic? Here are two examples: photosynthesis and melting. Photosynthesis is endothermic because to initiate photosynthesis, plants absorb sunlight, which is heat energy. Another example is melting, which is solid to liquid. Since melting requires the bonds between the solids to be broken in order to become liquids, it absorbs energy. So, we learned about what endothermic and exothermic reactions are. Now, let's look at some practical application of these. One of the best known examples is Coolpack and Hotpack. Coolpack is an example of endothermic reaction. When the ionic bonds of the salt are separated in water, it requires energy from their surroundings. Thus, it makes surrounding cooler. For hot packs, when the salts and water combines, they release energy to their surroundings. Thus, it makes surroundings warmer. Again, for the recap, exothermic reaction releases energy to its surrounding when it forms bonds, so potential energy of the products decreases and kinetic energy of the products increases. An endothermic reaction requires or absorbs energy from its surrounding to break bonds down. So, as the potential energy of the products increases, the kinetic energy of the products decreases. So, this was our concept about exothermic and endothermic. Was our video helpful? Please leave comments below and wait for our next videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe us. See you next time!